Flashpoints. Ah, yes, that one milestone that everyone completes in the first 3 seconds of logging in after a weekly reset. Now, I'm not saying I dislike the idea of flashpoints. I actually really enjoy the idea of flashpoints. I find it very fun to travel to certain planets and tick off a list of things to do. The problem I have with the flashpoints is that the loot that you earn from completing a flashpoint is the same level as what you would get in a Nightfall for doing 5 to 6 public events, while the Nightfall is one of the hardest activities that you can do. They seem like the same thing. You guys agree? It's not like 5 to 6 public events is astronomically easy compared to a Nightfall. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Now, I know why they implemented flashpoints. It was to make it so that you can still increase your light level if you can't do the Nightfall raid. But Bungie, you could have done it so much better, or at least made it so the flashpoints are harder than completing 6 public events. You could have made it so that you would have to complete 10 to 15 heroic events. That would have made flashpoints last longer than 3 seconds after a weekly reset, but it would also keep the flashpoints doable for solo players, and it would make players feel more justified for getting Nightfall rewards for doing a flashpoint. Because personally, I find it very unrewarding to get Nightfall rewards for a flashpoint. It's my personal opinion. Now, another thing flashpoints do is that the planet that the flashpoint is on, for example Titan, would start spawning extra bosses only for the flashpoint. That's so cool to get a new boss to kill. Do you have to do a certain thing to kill them? Would you have to grab a hive sword and go find a certain hive knight to kill and then kill it with the sword, or would you run over and stand on a platform and bring down their shields and then kill them? There's so many things Bungie could have done. Oh, I'm so excited to see what they've done. No. You have too much faith in Bungie. No. They just made them a normal sponge boss. There are no extra mechanics. You just shoot them. Oh, that sucks. Well, do you at least get some good loot for killing them? Do they drop exclusive loot you can only get for the flashpoint if you're killing that exact boss? Or something, or an exotic or something? They drop 1 token. If you define good loot as 1 token, then definitely they drop good loot. Well, I would define good loot as an exotic or something. So, that's pretty bad loot. That kinda really sucks. Yeah, Bungie, you really messed up with that. You could have made the flashpoint so much better than what you presented it in Destiny 2. You giving us sponge bosses was the best thing you can do to make up the patrols and flashpoints better. For God's sake, that was the original critique, that there was too many sponge bosses in the original game. Yeah, because actually never mind. Just give us sponge bosses. It's not like it's going to make the game worse at all. No, not at all. For God's sake, Bungie, a little boy like me could design a better flashpoint than you silly willies. God damn, my ideas are better than what the hell flashpoint is. Now, because Bungie is a little stupid to think of better ways to make flashpoint better, I will give them some ways they can make flashpoint better. For my opinion, would make flashpoint better. For free, no charge at all. The first and easiest way that Bungie could improve the flashpoint is by making the extra bosses that are added on to patrols when there is a flashpoint there actually have mechanics behind them other than sponge bosses. Now, these mechanics could be anything. For example, one boss could be in a room with enemies, and the only way you can kill them is by shooting things on the wall, and after shooting all of them, the boss's shield goes down, then you can shoot him or something. And it doesn't even have to be a boss. It could be a mini event that spawns. For example, one of the mini events could be an enemy that runs really fast across a certain area of map. For example, one of these areas could be the Tangled on Nessus. And this enemy could be anything. It could be a Dreg that moves really fast, or a Vex Goblin that has modified legs or something. It doesn't really matter. The whole entire shtick of this activity would be to have to try and punch this really fast enemy. But the enemy would be really fast, so it would be really hard to punch him, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just Bungie, just give me something. Don't give me a boss. I want little events. I want something different from this continuous sponge bosses. Just give me something different, Bungie. I can what you did in Taken King with the Dreadnought and getting those chests. You have to do certain things chests. That was awesome. I really found that fun, and trying to figure out was awesome. And I love going with the team, trying to figure out different ways to get to that one chest that was really far away. and you have to try and like go in a cave and like get a certain like effect on you, and then you have to like try and run to it and open it. Like, that was amazing. That was really fun, trying to find different ways and quicker ways to get to it with my team. Those are some of the greatest memories I've had in Destiny 1. Just make something like that, Bungie. Another thing I think Bungie should implement into Destiny 2 is Flashpoint exclusive loot as one of the things you can get that can drop from opening a chest that has dropped from a public event, killing a boss in a patrol, or from randomly spawning mini events that I was talking about before on the planets that the Flashpoint is on. Now the reason I think that Bungie should implement Flashpoint exclusive loot is because it would incentivize players to do anything related to the Flashpoint, because it gives them the chance of getting one of these exclusive legendary weapons or armor pieces, and so it will just give them more incentive to do Flashpoint. And instead of just making it just like a small thing that everyone does, you can actually make it a big thing. Because this happened with strikes. People didn't really do strikes that much because they had other things to do, and they wouldn't need to do strikes because there was no actual reason other than just doing it for fun. But then they bring in Taken King. They bring in strike exclusive loot, which when I was playing this one was like the best thing. I loved going to strike trying to get that loot, and I knew a lot of friends that did. And some of the best weapons in the game were from strikes. Like, for example, the Immigrant Loop, one of my most favorite guns in the game, and I have some of my greatest memories going into the Black Garden and trying to kill that Vex boss, and then on the second time trying to farm it, I get it. That was like one of my greatest memories. And just going in every other time, helping my friends out trying to get it, just continuously going and going, and it was just amazing. And I really think they should make it so that the Flashpoint make the Flashpoint like a strike with adding exclusive loot. Now, I don't think I need to tell Bungie what these weapons' armor should look like, because I have faith in Bungie that they can make the exclusive look amazing and feel amazing, and the designs and the armor and weapons are going to be great if they ever do design it, because that's Bungie's strong suit, designing weapons and armors and make them look cool and feel unique and awesome. That's the one thing they're good at. But we should talk about the drop rate of the weapons. I feel like they should be low to around the same drop rates as the strike exclusive loot in Destiny 1, because I think that if you make it too high, everyone's gonna get the loot really quickly, and you need to make this like a sustained thing that goes over a long period of time instead of just just straight away. Because that's the problem with Destiny. You get everything straight away. So that's the one thing. I feel like this should be special and not just get it straight away. Another thing I think Bungie should do is make it that public events, killing bosses and patrols, and doing the randomly spawning mini events, if they put it in, should drop more than one token, and should drop to 3 to 4 tokens instead. Because opening up one chest you find randomly gives you the same amount as a public event and killing a boss and patrol. Like, I think they should at least give you 2 or 3, especially for the public. I think a public event should give you 3 tokens at least. But I think overall, I think the Flashpoints are a good idea in theory. They suck in practice. Bungie needs to make the Flashpoints better. I gave them some ways they can make it better, so let's hope they can make them better. Okay, bye.